Super Righteous Broadcast. We are here today. I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
I 6PointJosh from Springfield, Missouri. I rap and make content. So
Yes, sir. So the reason why we wanted to bring you on here today, if you guys haven't seen, you guys to clip this if you want. Your boy's been going pretty viral. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say too much. I'll let you say what, because I also seen those pedal lovers over there hating on you. Because this is what I learned. If you against being against pedals, you just basically singled yourself out as a pedal and you love them, bro. There's no way you would comment. But anyway, we ain't past that. So there are some people, for some content that you started blowing up with. You can talk about it. I get you got some little goody two shoes out there trying to ruin your reputation. But let's just talk about some of the viral content that you've been going viral for, and let's speak a little bit about where you're from as well after that.
all right. So on the viral content part of it, so I really like you got to when you're marketing, you really got to study it. You've got to study what's gonna go viral and what's not, and how to go viral. So one thing I did, I was seeing all of these day one, day two, day three, these series, right? All most of those that I saw were blowing up. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I need to make a
They
day
blow
one,
up.
day two, three series, blow up like that. And then I looked at what does nobody like and what is everybody gonna get behind. Well, obviously, if I do some shit to pedophiles, I don't think anybody's gonna not get behind that. You feel me?
Right? Unless
So
you're a weirdo. Unless you're a weirdo. Or
unless you're
or
a weirdo, and I
or
don't
you
want to
a
find this
or
ways.
or you the tiny hats. Y'all know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah, dude. So, um, so I started that series, and that popped off, went viral pretty quick. But then it started it got banned and everything. My account, I was going through a bunch of restrictions, so I was like, all right, it's about time. I wanted to get a little bit more momentum before posting my music, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get banned if I continue it. So I started posting my music on there, and yeah, it's been going up from there. I went to Silver Springs, and that really got my audience local, and so now I got more local people tuning into my shit, and really, it's all love from Springfield. Like, I know a lot of people that they've been showing me love from Springfield, so yeah, we blowing up over here.
Okay, well, we're not getting too much in the deep because I want to cover that before we get on the where you're from. I know you kind of said where you grew up. My bad, I talk a little too fast sometimes when we're doubling up, but I meant more after, and again, we'll speak about that after, kind of like about yourself in depth. But I do want to speak on. So if you guys don't know, again, he even said he started off originally with content, and it originally had to do with anti pedo content, which you gotta respect. Who can't respect that, right? Other than you guessed it, the other pedos. But the thing is, I met Josh, 6 Point Josh right here through my boy King Zay. Shout out to him, shout out my boy Nomo, Peeps in Springfield. I want to say this too before we continue this conversation. Shout out all of Missouri. Shout out Springfield. You know what I'm saying? As you guys know, ain't about your boy, but I'm from Southeast LA, from Cali, all love from the West Coast, the Midwest, East Coast. But the reason why I found your content interesting, even though we knew each other before the content, was because you can't knock somebody not only for a positive cause, but it was working and it is working. And that's what people are understanding. Whether they want to get mad all day or run their mouth, they're mad because it's working. You feel me?
Working.
So, other than that, I seen you talked about pulling up to some apartments. It's crazy because I'm not too much on Facebook, but SR Broadcast has a Facebook, TikTok, everything, all platforms, right? Even MySpace, it still exists. You surprised? You'd be surprised. So I seen a hood vlog that you were talking about. That's why when I seen you, and again, I ain't trying to hate on nobody, try to switch me, button me down. Fuck. Um, I'd seen it, and it was certain apartments in the city of Springfield. And I'm not saying I don't get busy. Cause one thing I was humble, and I even said before the live interview, one thing my dad did teach me, he didn't teach me much, was there are real ones everywhere. So humble yourself. Don't ever think shit's sweet just cause. But at the same time, I just want to put some light on how this hood vlog I had seen, um, it pictured these, YNs, in front of some specific apartments in the city of Springfield again, and they had compared it to St. Louis. They had compared it to other places. They had compared, and I'm not knocking because my boy Nomo, he rep hard for the 417 in Springfield. He signed the label again. I'm not saying Springfield sweet as a whole. I'm not talking no shit. What I'm saying is some people OD the shit though. And what do you feel about that? It had nothing to do with those people, because I ain't trying to get you no shit or whatever. I just mean in general. What is your opinion on that and why you feel like people need to one grow up, two, live in reality because it's not Chirac down in Springfield. I'm not saying it hasn't got busy or will, but come on, what you feel about that? What is
Uh,
your thoughts on how people overhype certain shit out there?
Based on so yeah, I would say they compare St. Louis to Springfield. That's not even close. I would say about like really, if we're being honest, like 80, like 15% of the people down here in Springfield who say they're on shit, who say they're really stepping on shit, only about 15 of those percent is really stepping on shit. And I have respect for people on both sides. Like if you're not a man, if you can't man up and admit that, hey, yeah, the other side got steppers too. They aren't all bitches. But facts is like 85% of y'all that say you stepping on shit around here, y'all some bitches, and they not stepping on nothing. But the 15% that is like, yeah, it do get busy down here with that little small 15%, and that's yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not no St. Louis. It's not nothing like that at all. And that's that. I feel like that's really crazy to compare it to, and that's really like disrespectful, you know? Because like,
Like no, continue. Go ahead.
cause like shit really is sweet. Like not as a whole, like you said, but down here, shit is sweet compared to a lot of shit. Like, and then you want to bring in a place that's not sweet at all and compare it to it. It's like no, bro. Like chill out on that. Like it's really.
Exactly. And here's something I want to add in too, because I don't want to seem like I'm stirring the pot. Before we go, I want to shout out to La Puffy tapping in, tapping with her channel. She's showing love. Shout out to homie Terp showing love up in here. We got a few people in here. Day one supporters at that. Much love to them for tapping in. Go follow the homie 6PointJosh on Instagram. We gonna have time for that. Where to find him, everything. He also does tattoos. He also does music, not just covering content. So we'll get to all that as well, because that's why it kind of pertains to how you grew up, the tattooing and all that, everything. That's why I said after we'll get to it. But the reason why it's so important to talk about because this is something I've been dealing with well down here, right? Coming from LA, coming from the West Coast, like I tell people all the time. I'm not trying to come off like those people that be like, "Oh, I'm from the West Coast, so I'm so big and bad." Woo, 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 woo. No, it's just like I compared it to stolen valor. Not literally, because fighting for the country is a whole different thing. I mean, in the sense of the way they might look at it. I don't mean literally fighting for the country. That's a whole different respect. Shout to my folks doing it. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to the people that served all that. But what I'm saying is, do you know how a soldier gets mad when he sees somebody with a suit on that didn't earn it? How you think people like from the West Coast or from the places that are like down here, St. Louis, Kansas City, or their few small towns? Because the same way in LA, you got places that ain't like that. Then you got majority that's like that. Then you got the small towns that you may not think it's like that, and they like that. But so that's why I'm not knocking it. But again, it's a different comparison, bro. It's like somebody going, what's a perfect example, at least where I'm from around? It's like somebody saying Cerritos. Not many people know unless you're from my area, and then trying to compare it to South Central. It's not it, bro. It's just you. People gonna look at you like, come on, bro. Like just chill, right? So it's not nobody knocking it. I'm not saying somebody right now, Cerritos can't go step on some shit, right? There might be some dude somewhere in the city, Cerritos, few people step on some shit. But here's also why I'm saying all that. I feel like people brag too much and then be having a degenerate contests. Like, bro, that's cool. You got that. Keep that if your city's more fucked up than my city. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what we're promoting. That's why I'm bringing that out. I don't want people to think we're going, yeah, we're glorifying the streets. We're glorifying. No, what we're saying is, and what I'm asking 6 Point Josh is from his perspective, being from down here, you know what I mean? Connections down here, and me staying down here is that I feel like people confuse it. People confuse what really, really is being gangster, which first of all is taking care of your family, handling business, getting shit done, staying out the way, staying out of jail, staying out of drugs. That's really gangster. That's kind of my whole point. Why when you get down here, people glorify shit like everybody want to be YB, everybody want to be young boy. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? And everybody swear they fucking blood crib. Everybody swear they this, that. Don't even know what the fuck they talking about. They swear they
yo,
Norte, Sudan, all that. They don't even know what the fuck they talking about. Don't even know shit. Don't know nobody. I'm not bringing up politics, so y'all don't slay me out here. I'm just giving small examples of why I think shit crazy down here, and people need to keep what they got going in their city and stop trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. Because it's okay. This is why I'm bringing this up. Be proud of where you're from. Stop trying to compare yourself to St. Louis. Stop trying to
yeah,
compare yourself the same way. I'm from Southeast LA, and not a lot of people show Norwalk, California love like that. They may not see it as South Central, but it gets busy and gets active. And if you know, you know. So that's why I'm saying same with Springfield. Be proud of where you're from, but do something better. Stop trying to get on camera and be like, oh, this should say Lou down here knowing down one, bro. Who you beefing with? College kids?
yeah.
Who
Hey,
y'all
man,
killing out here? Kids? Because last time I checked, ain't nothing but
yo,
drive-bys and fucking
yo,
kids dying. And this ain't for me talking shit. This from
no,
people from
no,
Springfield telling me like, bro, only drive-bys and kids die out here. Maybe a few adults. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't confuse a couple accidental deaths. Wait, so I'm just saying it more like because there's so much potential in Springfield. There's so much talent in Springfield. Now, you see where I'm going with this? I'm not talking down. I'm going, bro, what's going on? There's so much good people out here and things that you could do for yourself. I don't realize how people like me come from places like I come to do better and live better and be better. And it's like the people here that have better, they're like, no, we're some, we're
way.
some, wild, wild west. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm just more like, bro, like, what's up with this? Like, you doing some shit that people like me wish they had the opportunity in the area to do it in versus the shit we lived in. No excuses made because you can still live a better life. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, you can make a difference. So be the difference. So why is it people, do you think, make it a trend to try to be gangster out here?
I can't even tell you why. I really don't. I really don't know. I really don't know why that is. Just people trying to be something they're not. I can't tell you why. I can just tell you what it is. Like we see it, but unless you're one of those people, I feel like you don't really. I don't know why somebody would do that. Like it's not something that my mind would go to and be like, oh, that's the reason. Because I don't know.
Exactly. Well, hey, and that's an honest answer, honest opinion. Because again, on here, God, we're giving opinions. Anybody that gets offended or feels some type of way, we actually might be offering a series where fades in person. You know, it's hey, you know what I'm talking about? I'm just
Yeah,
joking, allegedly. Shout out my judge. I'm just joking. We can't fight nobody or no violence. I'm just making jokes, be sarcastic, chillax.
the
But
comedy.
now you're saying,
I said this is a comedy channel. We're just making jokes right now.
yeah, we just shooting the shit, right? Okay, so I want to talk about some real shit now. Let's talk about you. So we got through how you've been going viral lately locally
Mhm.
and our concerns behind it. We have talked about your original viral videos. Now let's talk about more about your tattooing, who you are more again in depth as far as your person growing up and your experience in Springfield and how you led up to do what you do now.
All right, so I moved to Springfield. I was about four. Well, I moved to Missouri around Springfield. I was about 14 years old, and I caught my first charge at 15. That was an assault, and then I had racked up some more charges as a minor, um, going on from 15 to 17. And so when I was 17, I hit my first big charge, and they were hitting me with 7 charges, from attempted murder all the way to property damage. It was burglary, armed robbery, all that. I won't get into all that, but um, I ended up getting 5 of the charges knocked down, and my homie beat his case entirely. He was in there. They were going to charge him with being an accomplice to it. He got out after a month. They sentenced me. They charged me with burglary and property damage, and they sentenced me to DYS. And while I was in DYS, that's whenever I really got into tattooing because there was nothing else to do except work out. I got really big. You can't see it now, but I got up to 190 when I was in there, and there's nothing else to do but work out and for me drawing. So I rapped a little bit, but I wasn't good at all. And I would have people coming up to me and they'd be like, "Hey, bro, like draw me a stencil for when I get out." So I made probably hundreds of stencils up in there for people. And then when I got out, I was thinking, okay, I don't want to go back to what I was doing. So I didn't, like, if anything that I learned in there was just like the tattoos. Okay, I was really focused on that. I was focused on the wrong stuff, but it kind of turned into the right stuff. You feel me? Because I
Okay.
was like, okay, I have a passion in this stuff. I liked doing it, so now let me actually learn how so I can do that and do better and not go back. And so that's whenever I started tattooing. I got a little tattoo gun. It was a gift actually. I got a tattoo gun from someone. He saw the vision. He's like, "Hey, bro, I have a tattoo gun and I have never used it." He's like, "I'll give it to you." He's like, "Cause I see the vision."
Great.
And so started tattooing on the homies, and then it hasn't popped off crazy yet, but I made a little bit of money from the tattooing. And then I ran into an issue just about was today, just about 6 months ago, I'll say. I got locked back up. I did a 24-hour hold. I ended up beating my case. It was self defense. It was a self defense stabbing, and um, I don't know where I was going with that. Um,
No, you just tell your story and then you beat it. So I don't
so,
want you to get in no trouble, which anybody knows. Once you beat a case, you can talk about it freely, but you talk about it as much as you would like. But I'm not asking you to how can I say anything that would get you in any further trouble. So, go ahead, you can just tell your story because who knows, people can learn from this, they can relate to this, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. So pretty much that was like I realized even at that point when I got locked back up for that. I was like, you know what? I've been trying to do good. I've been trying to focus my craft. I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to stay out of trouble, but trouble still finds me. And I was like, why is that? And it's because you got to surround yourself with the right people. Because the person that ended up getting stabbed, he was at one point with my friend. And, like I had some people being like, hey, bro, like close to me. They're like, hey, like I don't know about him. He seemed like a weird dude. He seemed like a snake. Like I wouldn't trust him, but I was living with him. So really, after that situation, and I was actually forgot to mention this. I've been homeless about 4 times, and right before moving up in that house that it happened at, I was homeless right before that, and so. But once I got locked up, I got out. I realized, okay, I need to watch who I surround myself with, and I need to be able to have my own place. I can't have roommates anymore. I won't do it. I would rather be homeless than have roommates, and the reason is because if I have my own place to myself and I don't want to be around somebody, I don't have to. If I have roommates, let's say something starts happening like it did over there, shit can escalate real bad, So I learned just surround myself with the right people because even if you're trying to do good, you're not going to do good if there's other people bringing you down. If other people want to see you fail, you're not going to do good. And you need to make sure that you have your own space. You need to make sure that you can get away from those people and not be around those people at all if you don't want to be. And that's really what it is. Just that's how you do good. Is just you can be around other people, but when you want to be by yourself, you need to make sure you have a place that you can go and just
No,
not be around.
100. You know
So
what? And I want to say a few things. First off, shout HCB chemistry popping up in here. Secondly, so you had spoken about something that a lot of people have struggled with, unfortunately, homelessness. You have talked about issues of living with people, and that's something so real for somebody that's experienced all that. A lot of people don't know what it's like to live somewhere you ain't wanted. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And you know what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, the other people know what I'm talking about. So I felt that, bro. I won't get into my story too deep for the people that know, but I've had a crazy situation, and it ended up, not only being a family member, but the dude I was living with at the time, and couldn't find out, bro. It just grimy, no good, dirty, dusty. As you could tell, bro, it was just just all bad. Let's just say that, it just turned all bad, and it can escalate. It will escalate, and shit. Had it not been for him running behind everybody and his literal mama, it could have escalated. Maybe God did save me. I don't know. So what I'm saying, even with your situation, I find that real. And don't blame you because all the people that struggle out there is a lot of people because they don't want to be homeless or either in messed up situations, deal with current abusive situation, whether it's physically, mentally, verbally. Excuse me. You know what I mean? My
Hmm.
bad. Um, but yeah, my bad, y'all. Your boy has bastard reflux. Phones that know I pause from time to time a lot of my interviews. But anyway, so I think that's something so real, bro, because something that you were dealing with already, like stressful wise or just a hard time, and it just turned into a tragedy. But you know what? I'm glad you learned from it, because I nobody got physically harmed during my situation, but it could have got there, meaning like I did catch a fade before it, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean as far as it could have escalated, and that's kind of what I mean, is that a lot of people even watch the channel and think of the life of Lim. They think, man, this bro living it up. He looks like he's doing it all. Like, bro, you would be surprised how I got here or how this gentleman got here today. And that's why we're speaking about it. So I salute you for finding a way out, for using your tattooing as a way to channel your energy more positively and not feeling like you have to continue doing something negative or to, how can I say, impress people, because I feel like a lot of people, or even Kanye West said it, Instagram don't just got your
It's
be one of those markets people don't get, but it's real. It really is real. But I know he has to get out of here soon, so I won't say too much. I know we're rounding up closely. But I just wanted to give you that. That wasn't more of a question this time, it was just more time. Like, I feel you, bro. So for you dealing with that and for you sharing that with us, I gotta respect that, because not too many people are willing to talk about that. Or it's the opposite. I've noticed people that will juice it. Not literally being homeless or anything, but like even me, I grew up in foster care, right? But I ain't gonna say no names, but there's even dudes recently making songs, bro. They make me ashamed to be in foster care. They be making kids bop ass grown people music, and I'm not talking shit, but I'd be like, bro, like I get you struggle, but now you milking it, bro. Like, we get it, bro. Okay, you grew up in foster care, but my whole point is, I'm trying to say that is that you came from a humble. You weren't trying to get up on here and trying to be like, oh yeah, nah. You were trying to really what it is and how ugly shit can get, all the way from struggle to dealing with incarceration and having nobody, no family, people to really have your best intention and have to be all alone to deal with that shit on your own and to pick up all the pieces. So salute to that, bro. But let's talk about where we can find you, not just on Instagram, but talk about tattooing, advertise yourself, your business, everything, bro. Go ahead.
So basically, you could hit me up on Instagram for tattoos, for promos, whatever. If you want to feature, whatever, hit me up on there. I charge pretty cheap for that. You could find me at is 6 point, the number six, and then point underscore Josh on Instagram. I got 14.1 thousand followers on there, so go follow that. And then on YouTube, it's also 6 Point Josh on there. That's all I got so far. I don't got a SoundCloud or a Spotify yet. I will be getting that soon. But yeah, man, that's yeah. Hey, I appreciate
Well,
you I appreciate you letting me come on here and talk. And yeah, I really appreciate this.
I got you. I want to say shout out to you, bro. Shout 6 Point Josh. Y'all go hit up on Instagram. Before we take off, if you just want to make any statement or say anything, shout anybody out before we left, or anything you feel like I missed, or you want to bring up, like, hey, man, this been on my chest. I feel like this what's coming next in the series, music, whatever, bro. Go ahead.
I just dropped something, so y'all should go listen to that. It's only on Instagram, and I'll shout out King Zay real quick because he helped me with music a lot. Like really, I shoot his music videos and stuff, and we talk. I learned a lot about music from him. I've learned a lot how to show yourself in that sense, if you know what I mean. Like um I've really learned a lot from him. He's a great artist. He goes by King's A 100K. So shout out the whole 100K mob, all of y'all. Shout out every single one of them. Um and then there's a statement. mm, nah, I can't say that, so yeah.
He's like, I can't say that, man. He's like, I don't know. He's like, but I don't blame you, bro. Like, again, hope everybody has a blessed one. Thank y'all for tuning in. We are most definitely y'all gonna see in person. I'm gonna go to Springfield myself the next few days. Your boy been off of school. Because with you guys, another thing, that's our broadcast. Your boy got a life. I got kids. I got shit going on. I don't just sit on my phone all day. I know because I respond fast. It looks like it. I'm just good at what I do, bro. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, bro. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out all of Springfield. Shout out all of Missouri. Shout out the West Coast. Shout out California, East Coast, Midwest. It's all love, bro. Shout out all of our sponsorships. I want to say shout out Madison Boys Entertainment. Shout out Cali Media, SR Broadcast, One Ground TV, Spill Records, Piehead Productions, Juice Pac, Tidal Wave Media, Mile High Posse, all of our sponsors. We got a few of them now, so I'm thankful for you guys. So make sure y'all tap in with 6 Point Josh, not just for the music, for the tattoos, but for that great content. And y'all gotta run it up for him. Don't be shy. But yeah, I want to get this in-person live interview. And I mean, I might even go as far as, man, who knows where we're gonna pop out? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get people mad? Maybe. Are we gonna do it on purpose? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But are we gonna give you good content? Yes, for sure. Most
For sure.
definitely. And it's no smart, no hate, but yeah, y'all stay tuned for that second in-person live interview. This was more to get y'all familiar with Miami and this gentleman right here, but mostly just to get this flowing. But the second one, we're gonna get more into the real shit. This was a great interview. Don't get me wrong, but I want y'all to see more. I feel like we're gonna pop out in person, will be better, and because it won't be live, we'll have more time to edit, say what we want to say. Because the thing is, we want to give y'all that raw, uncut, unedited, but y'all got a lot of snitches out there. Y'all got a lot of getting in trouble. I'm fighting the case. So we want to do this right. So y'all want that next interview in live in person? Drop fires in this comment, like, comment, subscribe, go run it for him, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, bless, man. Hey, I'll talk to you soon, bro, and we're gonna run up that in person interview.